As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Got my capability statement, yes, I'm ready to go. Got my balance sheet, my P&L, my statement of cash flow. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic, and this is the holiday season.
It
Crystal.
is. This is actually for 2019.
2019?
The last show for the 2019.
The last show for 2019.
We had a good year and excited about 2020.
Oh, man, I'm very excited. I got so many plans for 2020 and small businesses.
I know, me too. I'm already got my e-course is launching on January 16th.
Yeah, I got mine on the 20th.
All right, so we ready to go. It's going to be fun and exciting. And, it's been a pretty good year. It's had, personally, things have been moving and some great opportunities that are that materialized at the end. That's going to really go into next year.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. And what happened to my stuff here? So looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. And then
how is the QuickBooks course is coming along?
So that's the course I'm going to actually launch this year. Is the QuickBooks
Very
course.
good.
So that's going to be.
I think it's needed. Small businesses need it.
Yeah.
They need a coach like you to guide them through that process, because even though they've got their bookkeeper or their accountant, they still need somebody live to guide them through that process.
Yeah. So basically, my course is going to be about the fact that. The hottest gig or side gig or freelance opportunity is bookkeeping.
That's true.
So that's it was an article in the Forbes magazine about that, and so that's what my course is going to be about.
Good.
And so teaching creating that side business, because you just can't make it.
No.
On
the straight income that you're making,
and especially if you're working for somebody.
Yeah,
that's just next to impossible to make that happen.
See, my goal for 2020 is one of my goals is to help as many small businesses to become so contract ready and so self-sufficient that they don't need to rely on all these other side sources.
And actually, it's probably last week. I had talked on the AB5, that the contractors, legislation that's going into effect.
Independent contractor.
It's going to be pretty. They're going to end up having to eat it on the back end of it, but it's going to take a minute.
Business?
No, actually, it's going to hurt the state of California.
Oh, okay.
Because I could actually see businesses packing up and leaving, because you can't force a business to have employees if because it's about the budget, right?
And this happened before. Remember Toyota? They left here and they went to Texas.
Right, because there's places that you're going to put. So when you look at the
hey Sal, how you doing?
When you look at the fact that you're going to force Uber and Lyft to hire, that's not their business model. And most people, you and I know this so well that even big corporations, they don't change business model.
No, they don't.
Because that's not how they started, right? A lot of times that hurts them.
Oh, yeah.
But if you've been in business for several years, you're not going to flip around and change your business model.
And if you notice, that's one of the reasons why many larger businesses, they move to the rural areas.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And by moving to the rural areas, rents is much less expensive. Mm-hmm. They can get labor force at a cheaper rate.
Exactly.
Because in those areas, people they barely have like minimum wage jobs.
Exactly.
So if they're getting something that's paying them $2-3 more than minimum wage, they're going to take it.
They're going to take it. So you're going to force people. Companies to hire people, which is a big cost to them. Yeah. And that's not a little cost. No. That's a massive cost.
That's
to
huge because they got to pay payroll taxes
and benefits and all of that sort of stuff. So that's not going to work. And then whoever's is in that gig or who has a sideline business, that's what they want. Yeah, they don't want to be employees like us. Yeah. All of a sudden,
we don't want to be employees.
I don't want to be your employee. That's why I'm in business for myself, right? So, and then because you can't afford to live based upon how much money you make working for somebody, you always run out of money before the end of the month, and there's no way to hustle it up. So a lot of those individuals that work for the gig industries, they are actually supplementing what they're not making on their jobs to pay for health insurance, the emergency funds, and everybody's still operating on the edge.
Oh yeah. So and that's why small businesses we're trying to make sure that the opportunities that are out there are sustainable, so you don't have to do many of these side gigs.
Right.
Crystal is talking about bookkeeping gig, which is one of the most lucrative side gigs out there for any business who may want to switch over. Right. So they might want to think of that as well.
I don't know if it's me. Let me see. It might be me.
Is it your laptop there?
No, my lap is on. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, because somebody was saying they're hearing feedback. But yeah, you have. It's just too much of a issue. It might have been me. I think it's gonna as usual with California. They're very short-sighted. These are not, hi, Kari, these are not entrepreneurial
Thank you, Sal.
Or small businesses. These are politicians, and a lot of them have never been in business themselves, so they don't get it. It may be beneficial for the employee.
You know what I noticed?
What?
The people who make rules for small businesses, they're not business owners.
They've never been business owners. They've always been employees.
And they're making rules for us.
Right, exactly.
Like, this is
you don't
ridiculous.
even know what that requires.
That is crazy.
So crazy stuff, just insane stuff. So I can see that being, and Governor Newsom said, well, we'll see how it goes, and if we have to backtrack. Yeah. But do you realize what that looks like?
Yeah, it make them look bad.
Right,
makes them look really bad.
So everybody, because that affects Amazon, because they have lots of drivers that their drivers are independent. They can't be the mammoth that they are and all of a sudden hire. They reduce their staff so they could bring on their drivers.
That affects Uber and Lyft and all of that as well, because those guys are independent.
Exactly. I mean, right after the recession, I was looking into whether I should get a job or whether I should just, revamp and rethink how I did business. Yeah. Because at the time, QuickBooks had kind of bookkeeping was not an option because my clientele were industries that were no longer around. The real estate industry, the mortgage industry, all had been changed, right? So when I was going like, okay, well, I'll go get a job as a bookkeeper. I didn't always get a job. Yeah. They wanted to pay like $17 an hour.
What?
Yeah. The highest I saw was $23 an hour.
Oh, man.
Oh, hell no. You trying to strangle me?
That's like slave wages, man.
Are you kidding?
I'd rather do $17 an hour in my own business than to do that for someone else.
Right. But $17 an hour is what I made when I was first starting out like 30 years ago.
That's
Are you
ridiculous.
kidding?
That
oh, no.
ridiculous.
I'm going to have to figure out another way to make this work. Because,
yeah, that's crazy.
That's like, no.
That's crazy.
No.
So small businesses, we want to get you guys ready for 2020. We want to make sure that you've got all your ducks in a row, you're business ready, and you're also contract ready. Because as we know, being business ready is a good thing, But you don't really want to do transactional business where you're expecting one client or one customer to come in every day, every week, every month, and they're not really reliable. So if you're contract ready and you get those contracts, then you can get a 1-year contract, a 3 or 5 year contract. Now you've got that money, that's reliable money coming in.
Right, and you can plan.
You can plan.
You can plan.
You know, you can plan, budget, and do all of those things with the contract dollars that's coming in.
Exactly. So yeah, now that's the plan. So you actually have an offer for them for 2020, don't you?
Oh yeah, for 2020, here's my offer to you, small business. I'm looking for 20 small businesses that I want to coach. And we're going to it's going to be like in a workshop setting. So you guys are going to come to this facility. We're going to do a coaching session. Well, for 5 weeks, five or six classes. And we're going to teach you guys everything you need to bid on government contracts, be ready for government contracts, bid on government contracts, and win government contracts. So just want you guys to know it's going to happen January 20th, 2020.
All right. That's exciting, guys.
That's right. And we're hoping you guys can secure about $20 million in contracts because there are $500 billion out there for you guys.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys need to call in or write in or
Give
email us or
let me give you my number right now. It's 888-882-1168. That's 888-882-1168. Give me a call so I can get you guys signed up. We've got quite a few people signed up already. We've got at least 10 people already signed up.
Oh, wow.
Since we did the announcement.
Oh, well, fantastic. Yeah. So I'm glad to see people taking the initiative, right?
Because they know they got to make money.
You got to make money.
They got to make money instead of sitting there and waiting for one customer at a time to come in. It doesn't
2020
work.
is like, well, first of all, 2020 is another decade.
Yes,
we're going into another decade.
Yes,
so whatever was happening prior to now, you want to definitely create a successful plan that's going to take you through the next decade and prepare you for the one after that.
Oh, yes.
And with the way money is flowing in different avenues, making sure that you're reaching your highest potential and making sure your business is going to be successful.
That's right.
This is the time. So you might have to invest some time,
got to invest
energy,
some time
and
some money into this new approach
in order to get you there. Yes. But I would not be hesitating on anything.
Not at all.
You got to look at seeing where you want to be, and not just yourself. You know, for those of you that have family, you want to be able. If your kids are about to get ready to go to college in the next 5 years, why scrape and wait until 2 years before they go, or a year on figuring out? Have it already in place. Exactly. That's what I say.
So that's really what we're looking to do. 2020, guys. You got to be ready to get this contract in dollars.
Yes. So when you came in, we're going to have POTUS put up a picture. When you came in, did you notice how beautiful Los Angeles looks?
I didn't notice.
You didn't notice the snow-capped mountains?
I did not notice.
Lord, dude, what are you like, driving like this? Look at that. That's LA.
Oh, man. That's LA right there?
That's LA.
That is amazing. It looks kind of like Colorado.
You're right. And that goes all the way around. This is the first time I've seen the mountainscape.
With all the snow.
That is almost amazing. It's almost halfway. The only area is the Hollywood Hills, but behind it, Palmdale. So that's LA. Isn't that beautiful?
LA is getting a new facelift, baby.
and then I saw on Facebook that is 45 in San Diego, 46 degrees in Las Vegas.
Wow.
47 in Los Angeles.
Wow.
And in Buffalo, where I came from, it's 57 degrees.
What? So that's like a total flip. That's a total flip right there.
Right. Man. You were in Syracuse.
I was in Binghamton.
You could be Binghamton in the wintertime.
Oh, man. That was awful being in Binghamton in the wintertime.
Right, exactly. Man. Well, it's 50-something degrees there.
Yes. It's like, oh, wow. This is amazing. See, that global warming thing is really kicking in.
It's real, huh?
See that? It's real.
Your president said it's not.
Oh. He's on a trip. He's on a trip. This is amazing.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, look at this.
Wow.
At this time of year when I lived in Buffalo, we would be probably second story snowstorm by now.
Wow.
Where we had to come out the second story.
True.
Yeah,
and that's the reason I left. Because the last time I was in Binghamton, New York, the snow was about 3 to 5 feet high.
Yeah.
And we had to dig ourselves out. And I'm going, man, I'm not doing this anymore. Your knees start hurting, your back. I'm going, I'm not doing this. That's why I came to California.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
that was my reason.
It's intense on that.
Yeah,
that
and
northern...
I came here in '99. I'm going, man, I'm not going back.
Yeah, but not if you're going back there. No,
oh,
so that's so different.
Oh man,
I mean, my cousins are walking around in short sleeves because for them,
yeah,
57 is warm, right? For us, it's not, but for them, and it has been cold. Oh my God!
Yeah,
I've been wrapped up. I was in bed, I think, at 9:00 on Christmas Day because it was cold.
Yeah, it was. It was super cold.
It was super cold, and the rain.
Beautiful.
It was big time rain.
Yeah.
So what'd you do for Christmas?
Well, I went to some friends and I cooked. They cooked,
okay.
So I did my little thing. Of course, when I take my food there, my food is the star of the party. So everybody wants my food. So that was good.
So your party was the hit of the party?
It was a hit of the party. So they all enjoyed the meal I brought. And, I did that brown stewed chicken and Jamaican rice and peas. And,
oh, look at you.
Oh, man, it was good.
It was good, huh? Well, that's
good.
Cool.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law cooked as usual in our household, and he made... we had prime rib, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. And
he said he's a chef, right?
Yeah, he just loves to cook. So
he's into that healthy food.
Loves the Lakers, and he likes Michael Jordan. So he had 2 jerseys, authentic jerseys that he had, and one actually was signed by Kobe.
Oh, very nice.
It was Kobe's jersey, and then one was Michael Jordan's.
That's
right?
Cool.
So she put him in the shadow box.
Yeah.
She actually created the shadow box.
Oh, wow.
And so he was like, I mean, she cut them out.
That was a great gift for him.
Yeah. Normally the shadow boxes are quite expensive, but she was able to make it happen.
Yeah.
And then she got my other one some earphones for his gaming. So he was all excited.
That's good.
We got we got a Ring doorbell.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And then we're going to do our tower garden. So I bought, the indoor urban tower garden, so we're gonna raise our own fruit, vegetables.
That is great, man. That is great.
So we're gonna be healthy.
So you were all set. You were a good girl this year.
I was a good girl this year. So and then I took care of me. I'm still taking care of me. I finished up my last Christmas gift for me yesterday, so it should be here on Monday.
I hear that.
So it's good. So now we got New Year's and
New Year's is coming up. So I usually stay low for New Year's because I don't want to get into all that drunk driving out there and all of that.
And it's supposed to rain.
Yeah.
So I'll be at home for New Year's as well. We'll probably play games and try to stay warm and dry.
Yeah.
And so that's probably what we're going to do.
So I'm good. But the following week, I'll be in Vegas celebrating my birthday. So I'll be good. All
right. That'll be fun.
The first week of January is a CES show in Vegas.
Okay. So are you going?
I was thinking of going. I'm not sure yet. I'm still on the fence. I already registered.
Okay.
I got free registration. So.
And are you going to really look in?
Hey, CJ, welcome to the Business Zone.
In 2020, are you going to really look at finding a buyer for Small Biz Pro?
I've been teaming up with influencers.
Okay.
So I've got a few influencers on my list, and really what we're trying to do is we're trying to team up with influencers with supporters or followers in excess of 60,000. So if they have 60,000 folks, and I team up with them. Oh,
that's excellent.
And they use that influence to have them support Small Biz Pro. That's $20 million right there.
Oh yeah,
that's $20 million.
Awesome.
So that's our goal right there, man.
Okay, cool, awesome. I'm excited about 2020.
Yes, I'm telling you, and that's why I want to help these small businesses. I want to get them involved in Small Biz Pro, get them involved in those contract opportunities, so they can reap some of the benefits as well.
All right, cool. Well, excellent.
You hear that, small businesses? I'm trying to get you guys rich. Come to my workshop, January 20th. It's a contract readiness workshop. We're going to get you guys ready so you can win contracts with the County of Los Angeles, State of California, City of Los Angeles.
Oh, cool. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to talk about, one is Kwanzaa.
Yes.
It's also Hanukkah.
Yes.
And that started on the 26th of December. And Hanukkah, I think, started on December 22nd. Yeah. So we're going to talk about cultural principles that help create healthy communities and successful businesses. And it's so interesting when I was doing the research. There's so many similarities between all of the cultures.
Right.
And the reason I did this was early in the week, when someone posted, well, I posted as well for Kwanzaa on the 26th.
Yeah.
And so there was some feedback saying, why are we doing this?
It's the same as something else.
Right. No, they were just saying, why are we doing it? It's not based upon the religious principles.
Oh.
And so like, what? And so there's a lot of
So we got to educate
We got to
people.
educate.
We got to educate some people right now.
and this is, I think, the takeaway that we will have. Just because you're celebrating or honoring or embracing one thing doesn't mean you throw anything. You want to create your pot roast.
And that's what diversity is all about.
Isn't that what that's about?
Diversity is all about.
And it's about invoking everything. Not just, you can't have one and you can't have the other. That makes no sense.
Think about when your diversity is just like making a pot roast. You got to put all those seasoning together.
Right.
Each season represents a different culture, a different ethnicity. You bring it all together, and it makes that roast taste really good at the end.
Right, exactly.
That's diversity.
You put your potatoes,
That's diversity.
your carrots, your celery, your
pimento,
and different cultures do it differently, but it's somewhat the same meal.
That's what we're doing here. We're trying to explain to folks what diversity is all about and how you can use supplier diversity to obtain success.
Right,
That's what we're trying to do.
That's what we're going to do.
Yes. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break right now. Hey, Raina, welcome to the Business Zone.
And if we do the Kwanzaa video, then we'll be good and we can jump right on in.
Yeah, so once we come back from the break, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into this Kwanzaa video and we're going to show you guys exactly how this supply diversity thing works.
Yes.
So you're on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. Take a break.
Okay.
Small businesses spend more than $500 million each year combined trying to find missing or replace missing paperwork. Hey small businesses, are you tired of losing out on business opportunities because your paperwork is not in order? And don't you hate having to register in multiple websites just to find a single procurement opportunity that may not even be worth your time? Well, worry no more. Small Biz Pro is the solution to your problems. Small Biz Pro is an all-in-one cloud-based business management, compliance, and procurement assistance software platform that keeps small businesses organized, contract-ready, bank loan-ready, with quick access to procurement opportunities, as well as market research data. Here are some of the features and benefits that you receive when you use Small Biz Pro to run your business daily. Superior record keeping at your fingertips, back office management and compliance, quick access to bids and procurement opportunities in government databases. It allows you to conduct easy market research and gather industry statistics, government certification preparedness and compliance checklists, easy HR and general operations management functionality, bank loan readiness preparation and cash flow management, certified payroll and labor compliance reporting, business dictionary with defined business terms, a cloud-based business management platform that keeps small businesses organized and ready, even nonprofits, business documents securely stored in the cloud, data fully encrypted and protected by triple firewall reinforcements, on-the-spot document retrieval for quick decision-making, bank-level data security for compliance, document expiration alerts and advanced notifications. It uses security restrictions to block out unauthorized users, and much more. Try it out today for only $5 for the first 30 days. What are you waiting for? Go to www.smallbizpro.net and register now, or your competitors will. Small Biz Pro, keeping small businesses organized, business ready, and contract ready.
So we're back on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And Crystal?
Okay, so we're going to talk about Kwanzaa, but not just Kwanzaa. We're going to also talk about other cultures that have very similar principles, and they're pretty simple, and we can we can feed in with our regular advice, right? So first, let me give you guys a little background. Kwanzaa started, and it's a celebration that goes from December 26th to January 1st. It's a non-religious holiday observed in the U.S. to honor African American ancestral roots. And it was started in 1966 by actually his name is Maulana Karanga, and he was a black nationalist and professor of Pan-African Studies at Cal State University. He became popular in the 1980s and 1990s in tandem with the Black Power movement, making up the trio of winter holidays along with Hanukkah and Christmas. Okay. So the 7 principles of Kwanzaa starts on the 26th, and the first one is Ujamaa.
So that's principle number 1, Ujamaa.
And it is to strive for and maintain unity in family, community, nation, and race. So it's about us being one and working together, which is so important to us right now. As a people. We need to put all of our animosities aside. Like I said earlier, you don't have to take something away in order to add on something new, right? Right. Yeah, that even in business, if I have a service, if it's no longer working, I might tweak it. Yeah. But I'm going to add something new.
Yeah, you don't have to abandon it.
I don't have to back it out and just say, okay, I'm not doing that anymore, right? So that's so this is what we're talking about. The one thing in order to create what we need to create in our community is unity. Right. We all need to be working on the same page.
And the one thing I want to add to that's a very great point, Crystal. Here's one thing I want to add, and I want all of you small businesses to think about this. So we're talking about unity here. That's Ujamaa, the first principle of Kwanzaa. Now, if we work together, I want you to think about this principle. Think about it. The Latinos occupy 39% of the economy. 39%. African Americans, 12%. So you add those two together, how many percentage we got? 51%. That means we're dominant.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Together, we're dominant. So we can pool those resources and we can do business among ourselves. We don't even have to try to do business with, the dominant culture, the wolves and the leopards who are trying to keep us down.
Right. Exactly. I like that terminology.
Yeah. The wolves and the leopards.
Correlation there. I like that. Wolves and the leopards.
Yes.
So that is something that we have to strive for.
Yes.
And obviously we need to accomplish that. Yes. We're beyond just striving now.
That's right.
Need to accomplish that.
So principle number 2
is Kujilia, and I have a friend that's named this Kujilia Quadalia. I think that's what it is.
Kujilia?
Yeah.
Kujilia Quadalia.
Right. And that is self-determination. And that principle refers to defining, naming, creating, and speaking for oneself. So being strong in who you are, knowing what you're here for, right? Yeah. And standing into that, right?
Yeah. Stand your ground.
Standing ground. And you and I meet clients all the time. I met a client recently, and they were going, I can sell for everybody else, but I have a problem selling for myself. Well,
That is so.
and so basically, and I was like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
And so basically, she's saying something about her selling made her felt like she was being prideful or something. Yeah. And that she felt she should be more humble when it came to selling her stuff. No.
You got to pat yourself on the shoulder until your hand break off.
Is that a Jamaican proverb?
Yes. Yes. Pat yourself on the shoulders until your hands break off.
And now the next one is Ujamaa. And that is a collective work and responsibility, and it refers to uplifting our community, and it serves to build and maintain our community together and make our brother and our sister's problem our problems, and to solve them together.
That's right.
That's what
I
that's
like
for.
that.
That's,
I like that.
That's what we should be doing.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Helping each other raise up, pull one up. And which is what we're doing, what you're doing with the business.
Exactly.
Right? You're reaching down, and I want you to be successful, because if you're successful, I'm successful.
So, in other words, small businesses, what that principle means is that if you make it to the top, right, you send that elevator back down for the other small businesses or the other folks in the community who haven't made it, who need to be helped. Okay? Send that elevator back down.
Back down, right, exactly. You got to help up, because when you help them, they help you, right?
That's right.
And then day 4 is Ujamaa, and that is cooperative economics. And that is what we have to have in order to come out of the surviving stage to get to a thriving stage, right? We have to work together to create businesses and support each other. That's what Recycling Black Dollars is about, is supporting other businesses and other people in your community that look like you.
Exactly.
And helping to build and maintain our own stores, our own shops, our own businesses, and profit from them together. So that's cooperative economics.
Yes.
And that's the one thing with the unity and us, RBD has been around for 30 something years, and we're still having this conversation. We shouldn't be still having this conversation.
No.
And when I go into the Jewish principles, they actually take their principles and they work them babies until they didn't pat it until the hand fell off.
Yep, the hands are falling off, and they're using the nub.
The nub.
They're using a little nub, and they're still patting on the shoulder.
Exactly. So we too should be doing that.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Number 5.
Hey, Curtis, welcome to the Business Zone.
Number 5 is very, very important. Is Naya. And Naya is living in your purpose, knowing why you exist.
Yes.
Why do you do what you do, right? And I know when you understand why God put you on this planet and you're operating in the space that He gave you to do, then everything works. It just all lines up, right? It's like the pieces fall into place.
Right.
It wasn't hard for you to create.
No.
I mean, it was work to create Small Biz Pro.
Yeah.
But everything that you needed was there when you needed it, right?
And we do things in order to know what our purpose is in business and in life. We find out what that pain point is that we're solving.
Right.
So as a business owner, you're solving a pain. That's the primary reason why you're in business. You're not just in business to make money or because somebody tell you do a barbecue very well, or you do a roast, or you make a dress very well. That's not the reason why you're in business. You're in business because you're solving a pain. You see that there's a void in the marketplace, you're solving it. And that's what this principle is speaking to.
Right.
It's saying that you identify your purpose in life and in business, and you maximize on that, and you help the population that you're here to help.
Right, exactly. So it is to make our collective vocations, why we're even in existence, the building and the developing of our community in order to restore our people to our traditional greatness. Right. Because we're not operating in our greatness.
No.
And granted, what has happened to us, but that doesn't mean we're still there.
That's right.
We don't have to be there.
That's right.
We have to do some self-healing to forget about not to forget, but to move past the tragedies that our ancestors have gone through. But we have to understand that they went through that for us.
To prepare us.
For that. And if they could survive that, we sure in the hell can build bigger and better communities that can take care of our children. That's my opinion on it. And the last one is Kumbah. That's number 6. And it defines the principle to do always as much as we can in a way we can in order to leave our communities more beautiful and beneficial and then we inherit it. And it really is talking about creativity.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So we do what we can to make our community better than the way we found
inherit it. Right.
That's beautiful.
Right.
That is beautiful.
Right. Because when we look at our ancestors and look what they've built, look what they sacrificed 3-4 generations back.
Yeah.
And are we doing that? And we're not. So we need to use all of our we were chosen to be slaves. And there was a reason why we were chosen to be slaves. Yeah. So they tried everybody. And no one fit all of the skill sets that they needed.
I like that. All of the skill sets.
All of the skill sets. Including being abused and still living. But us.
So the Africans, they fit that skill set.
All of the skill sets. That's my take on it. Obviously, we did, right? so with that, we need to pat ourselves on the back.
Got to pat ourselves on the shoulder, yes.
Because we built this country.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
And we came up, it wasn't like it was some plans here. We created the plans. We scaled the plans, and then we executed the plans, and we created wealth for them.
Wow. It's amazing because I'm thinking that we as a people, minority people, small business people, we built the foundation. We built a blueprint. We built a blueprint for the man, so that the man can take charge, because I was just thinking this morning, man, I'm going healthcare. These guys control healthcare. Right. These guys control everything. There's nothing we can do. But we are the ones who built the blueprint for them.
Right.
So why can't we do the same thing for ourselves? Right. We just need to get together, review that blueprint, and say, okay, let's make this work for us small business.
That's why all of these principles, these 6 to 7 principles, all work together.
Yes.
Because it is a foundation for, and if we just operate in that, and on those principles, we will be so much further than where we are.
That's right.
And then the final one is Imani, and that is faith.
Imani.
Right. And that is to believe with all our heart in our people, in our parents, in our teachers, in our leaders, and the righteousness in the victory of our struggle.
I like that.
Right? Yeah. To make ourselves stronger. So that's our 6 principles. So as I was doing seven principles. So as looking at others, I said, let me look at other cultures and let's see what their principles are for their culture and where they are today. Yeah. And
what did you find?
So what I found, as Marcus Garvey found as well, that the parallels are absolutely amazing. Right? So the Jewish celebration is Hanukkah, and so they're celebrating a time, commiserating a time for redirection against the 2nd century when they were at war, and they've actually, their lives have parallel. If anybody out there has suffered as much as we have, it has been, but then we're the original Israelis anyway. But anyway, I said that quietly. But however, there's, they went through some persecutions as well. They were slaves in biblical times. So there's a book that I read.
Okay, Bob's, welcome. Joanna, welcome. Vladimir, welcome.
So there was a book that I read. It was referred to me about 9 years ago, and it's called The Jewish Phenomenon. Yeah. And it's by an author. His name is Stephen Silbiger. And so these are their principles, and watch how close in similarity they are. So their number one principle. Now, of course, they do theirs. They take theirs and embrace it and work the heck out of it.
They implement it.
They implement and they work. It goes, there actually is like class for them, right? Yeah. So their first one is to understand that real wealth is portable. And that real wealth that is portable is the knowledge. Wow. Right? So the best investment that you can make in your future is education. Yes. And once you're gaining knowledge for knowledge's sake is the core of the Jewish values, right? And it is believed that wealth flows naturally from knowledge. And it does.
It's true.
The more information you have and the more information you can disseminate, and especially in today when the internet is there waiting for you to display how much knowledge and get paid for it. Right. No matter who is doing what. Yes. Right? Yeah. So the second principle is take care of your own and they will take care of yourself. Now, didn't we have that over there when we talked about collective work and responsibility.
That's right.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Same exact principle.
They just call it something different.
They just call
but
it
it's the
differently.
Same thing.
And it basically is to safeguard and enhance the health of your community. Jews zealously deploy their wealth and their time both in charity and social action. So they're actually embracing.
So they're giving back to the community.
Back. And as I was looking at all of reading back through the book, they are probably, from a charitable giving standpoint, they give away more than anybody else because they know it's going to come back to them. And so it says you're only as wealthy as the amount you're able to give.
Wow.
And that's when Marcus Garvey, when he was researching, he realized that, wow, because we give a lot in our churches, but we don't get back what the Jewish community does when they reach out, and they have their own loan vehicles. Right. So they're very sustainable. And that's why they've been able to build their wealth, because they're there for each other.
Wow. See, small businesses, that's why I have this workshop come January 20th. January 20th. Okay? Is to help you guys. I'm giving back because you guys are not paying for that workshop. That's a free workshop I'm offering.
Right.
And I'm trying to build your capacity so that you guys can generate the contract awards that you need for 2020. Don't forget, sign up early. 888-882-1168. Call that number, get registered.
Yeah, exactly. Number 3 is successful people are professional and they're entrepreneurs in the Jewish community. So they go very professional about what they do, and it helps in their level of success. Right, and they know they're going to be doctors and lawyers and businessmen. That's what they do, right?
Yeah.
And the entertainment and banking.
And they don't think about working for anyone.
No, they never do.
Yeah.
Because they weren't always accepted to work for anybody.
Yeah.
So they had to create their own.
That's what I'm talking about.
And so they make sure that they get the education, they pursue the higher education with a passion. Yeah. So then they go out and look out for their own occupations in order to execute that.
Yes.
And to use that knowledge in their own businesses. And no one can question them.
That's true. That's true.
That one, right?
That's true.
So they feel that to become an independent business owner or entrepreneur, both of those paths lead to a higher than average income, and now they can continue to carry out the other principles that they have.
That's amazing.
Because they have income. So, and it also the greater potential for creating wealth. And we know that because you cannot become wealthy working for somebody.
No. You can never become wealthy working for anyone.
Right. Because then you would the person that owns the company, you would outdo him. That ain't going to happen.
You're helping them to build their castle, and you're just a worker bee.
Right.
All the time.
So there are 27 million entrepreneurs in the U.S., but of that, there's 2 million Black entrepreneurs.
Wow. That's pitiful.
So we got some work to do, right?
That's how many Latinos?
I say it was 27. Actually, Latinos actually are. I would say
probably
of that, I would say
7.
about a half. Yeah, about 5 to 7. I have to look up that. Number 4 is develop your verbal confidence, meaning speak up for yourself.
Yeah. That sounds
say your
just
piece,
like that one that you talked about.
Ask questions.
Yes.
Make demands. Right?
Yeah.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
That's right. Don't just take what they tell you or give you.
Right. You have to be the one to question it.
Right.
So that's very similar to what we talked about over there. Number 5, be selectively extravagant but prudently frugal. They invest money in their education, in their
business
in
enterprise,
their businesses advice, everything that is going to build a foundation for them to accumulate wealth. Their children go to the most expensive schools. Their children are well-rounded. The parents invest in all kinds of opportunities so that they're not lacking in any area.
Right.
So when it's time to start their businesses, their kids are ready to move forward.
This is a very good point right here. Welcome, George, to the Business Zone. This is a very good point I want to add to let you guys know that principle that Crystal just talked about investing in your business, investing in your capacity. You got to do that. If there are tools out there that can help you to be a better entrepreneur, to help you to be more successful, you want to think about those tools. If there are people or coaches or consultants out there who can help you guys to guide you, just like we're doing, helping them to become more contract ready so they can win contracts, you want to look into that as well. If you want to elevate,
because you have to invest in yourself.
You have to invest in yourself, invest in your organization.
Right.
If you have employees, you invest in your employees too. You help them to become more knowledgeable so they can learn.
Right. And it works for you because they're helping your business grow.
They're helping your business grow.
And then number 6 is encourage creativity.
Yeah.
So it's the same principle.
Right.
So they celebrate individuality and they encourage that creativity. And as an act of turning new and innovative ideas into reality. Yeah. Right. So when you look at the music industry, look at the entertainment industry. A lot of the department heads of all of the studios are Jewish. Look at the banking industry. So they use that creativity,
the leverage,
as leverage, right? And they have no problem thinking out of the box,
right? And
there's no fear there.
Yeah.
So they will do bigger and better things that the average individual would be thinking, like, maybe I don't have enough money, I don't have that, but they put that in place. And their final principle is have something to prove, a drive to succeed, right? Be motivated to turn and transform your good ideas into reality.
And provide some results to show that.
How many people do you know say, I've always wanted to start a business?
Yeah, a lot.
Right?
A lot.
And then you go, well, what's stopping you? Yeah. Well, and then they give you a whole litany of excuses why that can't happen. It's not the right time.
Exactly.
It's not. When is it the right time to start a business?
Exactly. And even if you don't know what it takes to start a business, then you find out. You conduct some research. And right here, you've got 2 amazing super consultants and coaches here in Crystal and I. We can guide you guys. All you got to do is call us up or you try to set up a meeting with us. We will guide you, whether you're a startup or an existing business or you are an emerging business. An emerging business is a business that's already been in business for over 7 years and they're trying to get to the next level. That's an emerging business. So that's what we can do for you guys. We can help you guys. And even if we have marginal information for you, you can move on to another entity after we've given you what we can to help you guys.
Right, exactly.
So no more excuses. You want to start a business in 2020? Go for it. You know, if you don't know how to swim, you jump in with both feet and you'll figure it out while you're in there.
Dog paddle. So their number 7 is actually belief in self-determination, which is what we read. That was day 2 of Kwanzaa.
Yes.
And also belief in the self-determination in your destiny. Knowing that you are in control of your own destiny.
So that means if you want $10 million in contracts, you're going to do everything you can to get that $10 million. Nothing should stop you.
Right. So you will significantly change the outcome of your life if you go with self-determination that this is what I was put on this planet to do. That's right. Living in my purpose.
Yep, that's your purpose.
I'm determined to make it happen.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that's theirs.
That's their 7 principles.
Right along with Kwanzaa. It's the same thing, right?
Right in line.
So then what's the other culture out there that's very successful as well has been excluded, like us? Right. It's the Chinese, the Asian community, right? Yeah. So I went to look for their principles, and theirs all based upon Confucius, and theirs is Yi, righteousness. Talked about that. Honesty. Theirs is Zen, honesty and trustworthiness. That's important to them. Shang is loyalty to their state, or to their people, to their community. Yes. And you see it in their community.
Yes.
When you drive through any of the Asian communities, and there's so many different, the Vietnamese, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans, the Malaysians, the Filipinos.
Yes, you name it.
So, but they're looking as a whole.
Yes.
But if you go to any of their communities and watch and see how their communities are, They're also Lee includes their rituals, their proprietary knowledge, and they're all about etiquette. So they're all about being honest with each other and polite and treating each other like human beings. Yeah, so they don't put each other down.
Right.
And then their 5 is love within the family, love of parents, their children, and the love of their children, and the love of the children for their parents.
Right.
So it's all about family.
Exactly.
Which is going to be very similar to the Latino population, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They're big on family.
Big on family.
Big
the
on
Jews
family.
are big on family.
Yeah.
African Americans, you know, with individually, we're big on our family.
Yeah.
But we need to, they embrace theirs as a
Yes.
whole community as
Right.
being family, and then their immediate family.
Right.
And their last one is benevolence, humanness toward one another.
Hey, Alfred, welcome to Business Zone.
And that's one of their most important.
Benevolence.
Benevolence.
Oh.
That's one of the.
So it's giving back.
Giving back.
Giving back. See?
It's giving back.
It's all stem on giving back, man. We got to give back.
Right. And so there was a quote that I found. The essence of knowledge is having it, to apply it, not having it, to confess your ignorance if you don't have it, and
like
going
that.
out and acquiring it.
That's what we just talked about.
Yeah, same thing.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Same cultural principles that are within. That's 2. That's 3 cultures. But all of them are in line and in parallel with each other.
Yes. They may say it a little differently, but the meaning, the essence of it is the same.
It's the same. So now in the Latino culture, there are 10 principles that help shape who they are. And again, there's diversity, because it's really a commonality. The most common thing about them is the language that they speak, right?
Yes.
Different dialects, but primarily they can communicate with each other no matter where they are and whatever part of the world they're in.
Right.
So theirs is character, the belief that every person has inherent value and must be treated with respect. 2, knowing oneself and personal awareness. We already talked about the self-determination.
Yes.
Personal and collective purpose. Cultural base, they're bound together by common history, heritage, spirituality, spiritual traditions, language, and most importantly, they share value such as respect, honesty, service, and generosity. So even though there are cultures that came from Africa that we don't recognize as coming from the motherland.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially in Jamaica and in the islands. You guys have cultures that are specifically came from Africa.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And so we too can have that. We have those cultures, the way we eat, the certain things that are inherent in our DNA came because. So when we say we don't have a culture, we do.
Yeah, we all do. We all do.
And we can look at the islanders to see because you guys are probably a little closer to it because you didn't have quite a lot of the breakdown of from the slave masters. Some, but not as much as we did.
Right.
And it was a lot more of us than you guys. So, and then inclusiveness and diversity, and that's their intergenerational spirit and understanding that young people are the promise of tomorrow, which is the same for the Chinese, same for the Jewish,
same for the African Americans. Same thing.
Collective community stewardship, the power of shared vision, power of history and cultural traditions, the power of participation and shared responsibility, and the power of a step-by-step approach to success and self-confidence.
Wow. It's amazing.
Isn't it amazing?
That's amazing.
So that and it's linking the past, the present, and the future together.
Yes.
To create the success in the community.
Man. If we incorporate all of those, we should be on the right path.
We should be on the right path. And that has nothing to do with any outside nobody.
No.
Right?
No.
And then the Latinos added on a global vision and immigrant spirit because of the fact that they're on all the continents. You know, they're on all of them. And they speak and they have a commonality. It's their language.
Right.
coalition and activism, a concern for the community and social inequities. And then finally, let me see if I can, what's happening over here? Here we go. And finally, celebrate life, the social and family-oriented celebrations that are nature and natural within their own communities. Wow. So they celebrate all their holidays. They celebrate their religion. Yeah. And then the final one is faith and hope, right, which is NIA, and the abiding the faith that grounds the power of the Latinos and taking care of one another. So they're all the same.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
So that's what you want when we are looking at people. We're not different.
Right. Right.
We just celebrate it a little different. Right. We call it something different. Right. But ultimately, the bottom line is
the principles are the same. The essence of it is the same. It's the same.
It's the same. It's the same. So there is no diversity with us. Right. It is what it is. Right. But again, all of those minorities all kind of came from the original person.
And I just want to put this out there again, Crystal, just like we said earlier. I just want to put this out there. Imagine you're making a meal, okay? And in that meal, you've got to put all kinds of ingredients in it. That's what all the different cultures are. The cultural representation from the Latinos, the Jews, the African American, Native Americans, all of those you put together, and you're going to get that final meal at the end.
Yeah.
So us coming together and going after these opportunities, that's what it is. At the end, the opportunities is really what the meal is.
Exactly.
That's the meal.
We can take care of our families.
Yes.
We can take care of our communities.
Yes.
We can fulfill all and live.
Yes.
Not just fulfill. We can live the principles with knowing that we're building for building from our past.
Yes.
To our current and for our future.
Exactly.
And that's the responsibility of us in our communities and our leaders and for us to all come together to make that happen.
And just like I say, just remember the concept of wolves and leopards, okay? Wolves and leopards, they're always trying to destroy the sheep and the shepherd. We're the shepherd. We're trying to guide you guys, the sheep, who understand, you're taking things and you're taking it to another level with us together. The wolves and leopards are the people who are trying to destroy you. They're trying to block you from opportunities. They're trying to get in your way. They tell you your idea is no good. Your product is no good. We don't like your services. Those are the wolves and leopards. They're trying to keep you down. Don't let them get in your way. What we're talking about here is moving to the next level. Now, I got a few tips because we're almost there. I got a few tips I want to share real quickly. Now, when we're doing contract readiness and getting contract, Latinos, you want to be certified as well, but you have a bigger challenge to get certified as opposed to any other group. And here's the reason why. On your birth certificate, it doesn't say you're Latino or Hispanic. It says you're white. So if you haven't looked at your birth certificate in a long time, I'd like you guys to go home and look at it today. If it says white, then you want to start putting some things in place in order to demonstrate that you're Latino when you go get certified. And one way of doing this is you got to get a letter from a chamber of commerce or a trade association or any group that is familiar with you and know that you're Latino to prove that you're Latino. So you need 3 letters. 3 letters is what you need. Okay. So I just want you to know, take a look at that birth certificate because it's been a big challenge for many Latinos in trying to get certified so they can get contract opportunities.
And that's also with the census because next year is the census.
Exactly.
You can actually check the box that says that you're Latino.
And make sure you check the box. If you do the census next year, 2020, you check that box that says you're Latino or Hispanic. Because once you don't do that, it's going to create a lot of problems for you in getting opportunities. Now, Pat, you wanted my phone number. The phone number is 888-882-1168. That's 888-882-1168. Call me at that number. I want you guys to register for my workshop that's coming up for January 20th. We're going to help you guys to get a lot of contracts. Gilda, welcome to the Business Zone.
So we have come to the close of our final show for 2019.
Yes.
We will be back in 2020.
Yes.
And we are ready to go. We hope you're ready to go. We want to wish you a happy Kwanzaa, happy New Year's, and a safe New Year's. Be ready to jump off with whatever you need to be jumping off.
Yes.
Happy Hanukkah for those. And we will see you guys in 2020.
We'll see you in 2020. And the next show will be on nepotism in small business. Nepotism. We want to talk about that and tell you how it will grow your business, how it will stifle your business. Okay?
So are we going to use the president as an example?
We're going to use all of those examples. You guys, thank you for tuning in to the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. We're
signing off for 2019. We'll see you in 2020.
2020.
Have a good one, guys.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman.